Hi guys, I'm Shahir and I'm making these podcasts because I have absolutely nothing better to do with my time. Guys, I know that dialogue is getting old. Trust me, I am working on a better one. So I'm in my ancestral town and the setting around me is completely mesmerizing. It is nighttime, the crickets are chirping, and I have magnificent meadows laid out before me. And it is the ideal time to be recording a podcast. But before I begin, I'd like to thank my friend Mir Balach who gave me the idea for today's podcast. We'll be talking about the Turkish drama show that has captured the hearts and minds of millions of Pakistanis, Resurrection Ertugrul. So, Resurrection Ertugrul is about Ertugrul Ghazi. He is the father of the founder of the Ottoman Empire, and this show talks about his trials and tribulations. And it is based on 5 seasons, and Pakistan television is broadcasting all of them dubbed in Urdu. So, what is my own take on Ertugrul? So, I do find it to be entertaining and fun, yes. And I like how it slowly builds up the climax, and you get to a great fight scene, or you get to some great palace intrigue. I really enjoy that. And guys, with the current landscape, I do think that you have the capacity to watch Ertugrul Ghazi. The show I was looking forward to, Stranger Things season 4, it has been delayed. Similarly, Marvels has also delayed its entire film schedule. So there's a huge gap in the market. And I do feel that Ertugrul could fill that gap and could provide us with good entertainment, quality entertainment in these extremely worrying and trying times. But that being said, I have watched Game of Thrones. I'm a big fan of the show. I watched 8 episodes and I absolutely loved the shifting plot lines of the show, how no character was indispensable, how the intrigues developed, how the relationship between the characters developed, how they matured over time. I really enjoyed all of that. And to me, Game of Thrones would always be the ultimate standard for a medieval setting. Here, I would also like to mention out those people who still haven't watched Game of Thrones. Parsa and Manur, my two cousins. Guys, you can watch Baby Shark for the entire night, but you can't take some time out to lay eyes on the greatest project in cinematic history. So please do work on that. But if you do watch Ertugrul, I have some opinions regarding it. I think you would be better off watching the angelicized version of the show, which means that you should watch the show in English on Netflix. And the reason for that is that at its very core, Turkish is a Romanized language. If you go back in history, when Mustafa Kemal Atatürk abolished the Khilafat and he set about a secular state in Turkey, he literally built up the Turkish letter from the ground up in the Roman script. And that was very different from what Turkish was. It was an amalgamation of many different languages, but the new script is very Romanized. So if you want to get a better understanding of the show, I believe that you should watch the English dubbing. And I also believe that the delivery is better, the tune, the toning of the show, the voice actors are better, they are much more suited to their roles. If you're very nitpicky, you may find that the Urdu dubbing is a bit slovenly, but if you do like to watch your series in Urdu, if you prefer Urdu over English, I have nothing on you guys. You can do that. You can watch all of the Urdu dubbed episodes of Ertugrul on the PTV YouTube channel. So this the question of PTV broadcasting it. So should PTV broadcasting it? Now there are two sides to that story as well. There are some people who say yes. They say, look guys, PTV is a for-profit corporation. It is a huge entity. It has a lot of employees. Some may say it is overstaffed. It's a government corporation, and cronyism and nepotism are also there. And it is one of the few organizations in the media industry that has a cohesive pension system as well. So that adds into its costs. So if PTV is given the opportunity to broadcast a show that has the backing of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, then that would really help lessen its profits. It would help boost its rankings. And PTV has a huge outreach as well. So it could help them improve their own services so that they could serve far-flung areas better. And similarly, other people also say that Ertugrul is just a show that is broadcasting on Pakistan television network. If you don't like Ertugrul, if you don't like PTV, you can just watch another show on another channel. And I think that is very valid, guys. Because, if you talk about Ehde Wafa, it was screened on every channel at the same time. And if you do that with a foreign show, that means you're killing off local competition. And that is what the other side of the story tells us, that local competition, the local industry and local actors are suffering. And they say that Ertugrul is getting so much screen time, and Ertugrul has the backing of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. The Prime Minister has himself endorsed the show. This doesn't happen for a lot of television dramas. So Ertugrul is obviously going to destroy all other television shows on other networks. But look, In a democratic country, I don't think this is a valid argument. If we talk about Spanish show, let's talk about Money Heist. Money Heist is very popular all around the world, and it is very popular in the US. The US has its own industry, but they introduced Money Heist over there because they know that competition will be created and better content will come out. And if someone wants to watch something, if there's a demand for something, there needs to be a supply. Similarly, if there is a demand for Ertugrul and there is no monopoly that is given to it, I do believe that that is justified. But the people who say that Ertugrul is not great, they also say another thing. They say that, guys, Ertugrul is fiction, right? But some people in Pakistan, they don't understand this. It is lost on them that all of this is reenaction. A lot of this has been reenacted. It has been dramatized. The romance between Halima and Ertugrul, the lines that have been written, the costumes that have been designed, the settings that have been made, these things are fictional. And I'll come back to the moral policing on social media networks, but some people are failing to understand this. And the most hilarious example occurred today when one of my friends, Saad Ahmed, he asked me, after watching Ertugrul, that, dude, you need to do a whole episode on the Treaty of Lausanne. Now, I am so happy that I've studied world history. The Treaty of Lausanne was a treaty that effectively abolished the Ottoman Empire, and it was the revised treaty because the initial treaty was felt as being too harsh, and that treaty expires in 2023. And after Ertugrul has screened, you're hearing people say these things that, dude, in 2023 we may see the establishment of another Islamic empire. I don't know how I feel about that, but the people are connecting this with Ertugrul, that Ertugrul is promoting people to think of a glorious Islamic past, and they may try to enact that in the current world. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I have mixed feelings about it. And guys, again, I'd like to re-emphasize at this point that studying history has been such a blessing for me. I also urge you guys to delve deep into it. If you want some recommendations, I can recommend the Puffin Book of World History to you guys. But if you are even more inclined to in-depth study, then there's always going to be Dr. Will Dunant's The Entire History of Civilization series, 7 books over there if you want to reach out to them. They're amazing. I am yet to read them. They're very hefty and they're very detailed, and I am just hoping to get the intellectual ability. I'm hoping to develop it so that I may be able to tackle it. Now let us get down to the moral policing, and boy, has that been horrifying. I mean, actors Ezra Bilgic, who praise Halima Sultan, and Ertugrul, they have been mercilessly trolled on social media by Pakistani fans. So Ezra, she posted a very normal photo. I mean, if you consider today's standards, guys, come on. It was a very normal photo of her in a black dress, and people started bombarding her with comments that this is not inappropriate. You're Halima Sultan. You're not supposed to wear these dresses. You look so pretty when you were covered in the show. Why are you uncovering your body? That is not what Islam tells us. And it went on and on and on. And you know what some content creators do? They just start talking about the topic of the comments. They start discussing the comments and making fun of the people's grammar. Let's not do that here, right? Because I think you guys already know what people said and what grammatical mistakes they made. So we'll skip that. And similarly, Ertugrul, he was posted with a dog, and people said that bringing a dog into your house is not permitted in Islam. You, mister, are not fit to represent Ertugrul. So to this, I only have one thing to say. These are actors. These people are simply making a living. They were told, okay, you need to play this guy and you're going to get paid. That is it, right? They have no deeper association with some clandestine Islamic movement. And that is the fact. So we need to adopt that. But I do think that underlying all of it is something a bit more dangerous. So there are very few countries around the world which have a very positive image about Pakistanis, and Turkey is the foremost among them. Turkish people love Pakistanis. If you trace it historically, then our support for the Khilafat movement, it really showed them that we were sincere with them, and it showed them that we cared about them. And I think that these honorable people, they still remember the sacrifices we made for them all those many years ago. But if we are going to morally police them every opportunity we get, then we will create rifts, we will create chasms. If we try to demean them, if we treat them like children and try to teach them their own religion. Turkey is a secular country. The dynamics there are different. The people there are different. They have a different history. They are unique. And guys, we need to accept that. We need to respect that. So with that, I come to an end to this podcast. I had a lot of fun making it. I wish you guys a very happy end of the Ramadan and a blessing, and I wish you guys blessings of the Eid. I do hope to get to you guys before Eid comes around for another episode. And this episode, I would like to dedicate to the very lovely people of my town, Pindi Jhunja. They are absolutely amazing. The love that they have shown me and the support they have shown me. Thank you very much, guys. Love you. And I will be back with another episode very shortly. Stay tuned and thank you.